All right, hey Math 8. Today we are doing lesson 2.9, which is solving multi-step inequalities. So we will just go ahead and get straight into it. So really, these are just combining your addition and subtraction, multiplication, and division rules, the same way that we did when we were doing equations. Okay, so nothing too scary, nothing brand new. It's just combining a lot of things that we've already done before. All right, so we'll go ahead and jump right into it. We're going to look at problem 1 here, which is using more than one step. All right, the one that we look at here is what are the solutions of the inequality negative 6a minus 7 is less than or equal to 17. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start out. I'm just going to do this one for us, okay, just so we can get a good example. All right, so we've got negative 6a minus 7 is less than or equal to 17. Our first step is going to be to add 7 to both sides. All right, that'll make that cancel there. Then we're left with negative 6a is less than or equal to 24. And then our next step is to divide both sides by negative 6 in order to completely isolate the variable. All right, those will cancel. All right, and we're left with a, and then 24 divided by negative 6 is going to be negative 4. All right, remember, since we divided by a negative number, all right, we have to flip the sign, okay? So we end up with a is greater than or equal to negative 4. All right, so our next equation, inequality, is problem 2 here. We have writing and solving. So we have, so you want to make a rectangular banner that is 18 feet long. You have no more than 48 feet of trim for the banner. What are the possible widths of the banner? All right. The first thing that we need to look at is we need to make sure we've got the proper formula. All right, they've got that right here for question 9. You want the banner to be 18 feet long, and you have no more than 48 feet of trim for the banner. All right. We are clearly talking here, I guess not clearly, but we are talking about the outside of the banner, all right, the lengths, which means we're going to be looking for the perimeter here. All right. This one is a circle, so that one wouldn't work. The second one is area, which doesn't work. And the third one is distance equals rate times time, or distance is speed times time. So that one is not it either. So that fourth one, perimeter equals 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. And that is your perimeter formula for a rectangle. All right, so then we look at number 10, write an algebraic expression to describe the distance around a rectangular banner with a length of 18 feet and a width of W feet. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys try to do number 10. It should be mildly challenging. Just remember, this is what you're starting with. So if you start with that, I think you guys are capable of figuring out what this needs to be. All right. Again, it will be a little bit challenging, so give yourself some time to work on it. Go ahead and pause the video and do that really quick. All right. So once you've come up with your expression for number 10, I might have said inequality. You didn't need to do the inequality quite yet. You just need the expression to find or to express the distance around the banner. All right. And then, but once you have done that, go ahead and come down here to number 12. And then you're going to go ahead and try to do that one as well. All right, so then you'll do number 12. After you've done number 12, use what you did for number 12 and find number 13. All right, so give that a try, pause the video, and then we will come back into it again. All right, so after you've done that, we'll look at problem 3 here, which is using the distributive property. Okay. I will go ahead and write it down here for us. So we have 15 is less than or equal to 5 minus 2 times 4m plus 7. Okay, this would be a great one to practice. They do give you most of the problem though, so just go ahead and make sure you are getting this done with me, just so that we can make sure we're on the same page on how to work through this. So first thing you're going to do is distribute. Okay, so we'll have 15 is less than or equal to 5 minus 2 times 4m is 8m, and then negative 2 plus 7 is negative 14. Remember, this negative needs to also be distributed as well. Okay, so just make sure you do that whenever you distribute a negative number. All right, from there, we can combine like terms. Okay, so we should notice we have that 5 and the negative 14 on the same side. So 5 plus negative 14 or 5 minus 14 is going to be negative 9. So we have negative 9 minus 8m. You could also write this as negative 8m minus 9. They mean the same thing. Okay, next we're going to add 9 to both sides, which will get us to 24 is less than or equal to negative 8m. All right, and then lastly, divide both sides by negative 8. And again, we've got to flip the sign because we're dividing by a negative. So we're left with negative 3 is greater than or equal to m. All right. So once you've got that one done, we'll go ahead and move on down to problem 4 here, which is solving an inequality with variables on both sides. All right. And this one, I want you to go ahead and try to do on your own. All right. Nope. Just kidding. We'll go ahead and do this one together as well. So we have 3b plus 12 is greater than 27 minus 2b. All right. So our first step here is going to be to isolate the variable on one side. So we need to get all of the constant terms on one side and all the variable terms on the other. All right, so I'm going to start by subtracting 12 from both sides in order to get all of the constant terms away from the left side. So we've got 3b is greater than 15 minus 2b. All right, now I can get all the variable terms onto the other side. So I'm going to add 2b to both sides. And then we're going to be left with 5b is greater than 15. Lastly, divide both sides by 5. We have b is greater than 3. Remember, the sign doesn't change because we're dividing by a positive and not by a negative on this problem. Okay? All right, and then lastly, one more example for us to do together. We have inequalities with special solutions. So we've got 9 plus 5n is less than or equal to 5n minus 1. All right, once again, you'll notice this is the same as problem 4. Except this one, you know what? I'm going to have you go ahead and do on your own. All right, so go ahead and try number 19. See how it goes, and then we will look at it in class as well. All right, so once you've gone ahead and done that, that will be the end of this video, and I will see you guys in class.